everyone, I hope you're well. I am really looking forward to this video today because I'm going to be swatching some of those colors that I have shared with you from the recent haul video, and a couple of colors I think I actually already painted with, but I haven't tried all of them. So there will be the metal box of the Aquarius watercolors by Roman Szmal. There will be 4 new to me watercolor tubes right here, and I will also try to play with the bleed proof white and try out a couple of tools as well. So we've got 2 lovely brushes. These are the Velvetouch by Princeton, and this is the dip pan which I got off Amazon. Everything else here is from Jackson's. So before we start, I just wanted to share today's crystal that I have on my desk. It's the fluoride, and to be precise, it's the rainbow fluoride. So it has these sort of layers of colors, and it's so beautiful. I'm trying to show you the color shining through, but I hope you can see that. Isn't that gorgeous? I find it very inspiring holding crystals or just having them near me, especially on the desk. Just put them in a little trinket dish and just enjoy looking at them. The colors are really inspiring to me, and the patterns, and so I just really am enjoying crystals lately. And this is a little just a clear quartz really that I am keeping next to it. Sometimes I just have a crystal, sometimes I have a number of things, whatever I feel like, I just like to have next to me, and that's that. Okay, so what I've done so far, I just thought I'll make it nice and easy this time. I have labeled everything already. I just need to do the swatches, and today I'm going to do these oval swatches. And if you're curious how I have created them, I'm just going to try. Oh yes, so here it is. This is this exact element right here from my latest color palette stamp set, which might be available already on my Etsy Alyona Creates by the time this video comes out. If you haven't seen, there is a little video I shot explaining this stamp set, so I'll try to link up here somewhere for you. Without further ado, let's focus on the things that we have here. So in the whole video I have mentioned that this palette has been sent to me by Jackson's very kindly for me to try out these colors, and here they are. 14 colors you get in this metal tin. So yeah, so they're available. All of the colors I think are available. There might be a couple that are out of stock. Now in the entire set, the colors that I already have is Hansa Yellow Medium, Indian Red, and Goethite. The rest are all new to me, so I'm really happy to have them. I have tried to find this tin on Jackson's, and right now I couldn't. I don't know whether because it's new they don't have stock yet, or whether it's been sold out. Not entirely sure. There are however other metal tins that have like a larger number of watercolors, and they're curated by artists, different artists. I think there's 2 or 3 different sets. I'll try to link you to all of their watercolors, and so you can have a browse there and look for yourself. So today I will be swatching these beautiful 14 colors. So let's start. So the first color we have is Buff Titanium. From previous experience, I know that there's no need to pre-wet Roman Szmal watercolors. They're very creamy. So I thought I will switch to a voiceover because the focus will be slightly messed up soon, and I thought it's better that I speed up the video this part. It won't be lasting too long, but you'll see it kind of will look a little bit blurry for a little bit. Excuse my voice, I'm still recovering from a not nice flu that I had in the middle of the summer. So let me give you a little bit of info. So for the Buff Titanium, it's a PW6:1, which says it's an earth pigment. Hansa Yellow, I don't have the color here in the leaflet that I'm looking at, although it does have a section with colors that are new, but maybe it's a color on top of that that's even newer. I have no idea. Then we have Quinacridone Gold, and that's a PY150 and PO48. Then we're moving on to Payroll Scarlet. That's a very vibrant, very sort of fire engine type of red, and that's a single pigment PR255. Next one is Payroll Rubine, also very vibrant color, also single pigment PR264. You can see how gorgeously ruby-like it looks. Then we're going more into a pink with the next color, and that's probably my kind of more of a favorite pink. It's a Quinacridone Red. Quinacridones tend to be transparent and very luminous and vibrant. And Quinacridone Red, let's see, is a single pigment, also PV19. So the next one is looking like a new color because I also can't find information on it on the leaflet. It's Ultramarine Intense. There are a few different ultramarines already existing here. One is Ultramarine Blue-Green shade. Then we have Ultramarine Light. And this seems to be like a new addition. So we're now moving on to a few more of the neutrals, then a green, and then for some reason back to blue. But this one that we're swatching out here is Cyprus Raw Amber. It's an interesting color, and also single pigment and earth pigment. It's a PBR7. Next one, quite an opaque color, so I'll try to lift as much as I can, but even then it is a very, very pigmented pigment. Indian red I'm talking about. And let's see, that one is PR101, one of my favorite pigments to work with. Next one is Blue Ridge Burnt Sienna, another color that I can't find here. There is another beautiful sienna in the line, which is, let's see, the Burnt Sienna Monte Amiata, sorry, and that I really, really love as well. So next one is Goethite. Now Goethite is a lovely color. It's one of the newest, or I think from last year possibly, or the year before, so relatively new colors. And it's an earth pigment, and it says PBR-NA, so this one is listed like that. Then we have Phthalo Green Blue shade, so that one is a PG7, and Phthalo Blue Green shade, and that is PB15:3. So we now have the last color left, and that is Cobbled Cerulean Blue. So Cobbleds are renowned for their granulation and pigment separation. It's a PB36. Okay, so these are the 17 colors. Oh my gosh, this Burnt Sienna Blue Ridge is just something stunning. It has lovely granulation and it's got such a warmth to it. Really love it. Okay, I will show you a close-up when they're fully dried, but let's move on to the last few watercolors that I have right here. I have gone ahead, changed the water, and also squeezed out the 4 colors that I have in the same order here to save some time. So let's start with the Chinese orange. So this is the one I already tried. Really loved it. So you can see it's a beautiful luminous orange, but kind of natural. Okay, next one we have brown green. So the first 3 colors are all by Sennelier. Wow, that is gorgeous. I haven't tried this one yet. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. That is lovely. And then we have bright yellow green. I've tried this one. Is this like a delicious chartreuse? Very juicy. And zesty. There we go. And then finally, Graham Azo Green. So this is the color that has been recommended to me by one of my viewers. And look, it's quite similar to the brown green. Let's see. Yes, so it's from the same color family. I would say there's definitely a difference between them. So here I found that the color, even when you watered it out, it still had a fair amount of pigment. Whereas here it kind of went into very light tone. Maybe this one is slightly more or less earthy than this one. And I guess this is probably why it's called brown green. It's actually got that bit of earthiness into it. Okay, so the colors are lovely. Love the color palette of all of them. I was worried actually when I squeezed them out that they looked fairly similar. But once I swatched them, they're not identical. So I'm really happy about that. I will also try out the dip pen and the bleed proof. Hopefully there is enough time, so I don't need to do part 2. This brush I will probably have to leave for another time because it's a mop brush and it needs you know, a lot of space, a lot of water, so it wouldn't be a good idea to blob a huge amount of water on paper like this. So I think I'll leave it for another time to try out, and then we'll try the small one, the round 30 with the bleed proof. To do that, I'm firstly going to create a darker area to put some dark watercolor and then do the bleed proof over it. I have used the Indigo by Daniel Smith as a dark watercolor to test the bleed proof on, and as things are still drying, I have to say I'm falling in love with this Graham Azo Green. So thank you so much for recommending it if you're watching. And you can't really tell much of a difference in the dish. It sort of seems fairly similar, but on paper, once it starts drying, it becomes more luminous, and it has this gorgeous, gorgeous, perfect tone that I love about gold greens. Yeah, it's gorgeous. This one is definitely more earthier. All right, so I pulled out my Cacao Shimmer by Diamine, and just going to shake it up to get the shimmer, the gold mica, off from the bottom. And I'm just gonna test my new dip pen in this swatch area right here. So I'm just going to submerge it. There's loads of bubbles here, so I need to make sure I'm going into the actual ink. So I'm just mixing it up, and then I'm getting just the ink. So I have submerged it enough. And with dip pens, you'll see that there's like a big blob. Now make sure you get rid of this big blob and that there is no blobbage hanging off. And now I'm ready to do a bit of doodling work. Okay, so it glides beautifully. It's lasting lovely. It's not creating any blobbage. So really nice. Yeah, I could still carry on because I can see the ink has gone down halfway. So the glass pens hold the ink a lot further, or a lot more of it in volume, than one of those metal nib pens, so like these ones here. But of course you can get a lot finer tip with these. But yeah, no, it's good. I'm happy with it. So what I'm going to do is immediately just wash it off in some water so it doesn't dry, and then it comes out nice and clean like that. Beautiful. Okay, so that will be a more regular pan on my desk. Right, so let's look at the bleed proof white. Don't know how thick it is. Ooh, wow. Do I need to do anything with it? Right, so try not to get it in your eyes. Doesn't say anything. Okay, well, it is extremely thick. So I wonder, how am I going to get a thin line with this thickness? So I'm going to add a bit of water. I'm completely new to this bleed proof, so I'm liking what I'm seeing on the bristles, so it's nice and fine. And let's see how I could just create the finest lines. Now, because it says it's bleed proof, it's not supposed to pick up the pigments or anything like that from underneath. And I think it's doing a good job. Of course, diluting it with a bit of water makes it a little less opaque, I suppose. But I'm still going with what's on my brush. And I can get super fine result, which I really love, I have to say. So look at that. Obviously it's a lot whiter when there is more of it, but I actually prefer this kind of finer, faintier line. Is that a word? Anyway, I will give you a nice close-up in a minute. And I think I managed to get through everything today. So let's have a quick look at the dried swatches. Colors are super vibrant, really, really beautiful. You could mix loads of lovely colors with these. You have 2 lovely yellows. You've got 3 lovely reds and 3 lovely blues. So that would give you a big variety of mixing your secondaries. So yellow, red and blue are your primaries, and then you can mix a multitude of secondaries. And then of course you also have buff titanium, which is a more interesting version of a white because you can create lovely mixes with it. And you've got a green that you can also create interesting grays if you mix it with the pink. And you've got lovely neutrals as well, which are beautiful standalone colors as well as great for more mixing. Moving on to the Sennelier, we've got the... I love this color palette, isn't it just gorgeous? Really, really lovely. I actually didn't think of it as a color palette when I was buying it, but I love how it looks here on the dish as well. Actually with the indigo works quite well as well. So here is the bulletproof. Did a really good job, didn't lift any of the blue. And then the dip pen, which I don't know if you can see the shimmers, possibly. That's from the Cocoa, where is it? The Cocoa Shimmer. Look, they're all settled back at the bottom. They settle really quickly, but they also mix in quite nicely as well. There we go. I think you can see here. So that's it. I showed you everything except for this big brush. I hope you're not too disappointed, but yeah, we'll do something with it. I think I'll do a nice abstract piece where it sort of it requires a bigger piece of paper, and I will do that with you together. So we will have fun with the brush in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.